Greetings, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. Today is February the 8th, 2019. And I was just pondering something that I am working on in my own life, and that's the topic of self-worth. You know, we are blessed to have Jupiter in Sagittarius at this time. And so that's a time of expansion and really feeling hopeful and good and seeing the bigger picture. And for some of us, it's even going to be working on our self-worth and value. Well, pretty soon, Mars will be moving into Taurus, and Uranus will move there at the top of March, if I'm correct. So that's another sign. Actually, Taurus is the sign that when we look at the second house on the zodiac wheel, the natal charts of everybody, the second house has to do with self-worth, self-value. It's all about value. You know, Taurus is about money, and it's about knowing, you know, the quality, the value of something. It's also about what are our values. And so I was thinking, okay, so we have this season of self-worth coming, and this is something that is like huge for me to learn. This is a life lesson for me. And as I was thinking about it, I said, you know what? I don't think it's about raising self-worth. As a matter of fact, I know it's not about raising our self-worth. For those of us that struggle with self-worth and self-value, it's not about increasing it. You know why? Because it's more about becoming aware of our self-worth and our self-value. There's not one thing on the face of planet Earth that can increase our worth and our value. Not one. Our worth and our value is beyond, you can't even put a number on it, you know? And so then the next thing I begin to do is just sort of step myself out. So, okay, what happens next? You have to know the truth of who and what you are. And so this is how I actually can get to that place where I say to myself, you know what? I do not care about ethnicity. And this actually is a hard one for me because you will see my Black History post. Proud African American, proud Black woman, you know? But spiritually, I know I'm not a Black woman. I know I'm not a woman. I know that through self-realization, through self-mastery, I am divine consciousness in a body, pure potentiality, you know, before, during, after time, I am, you know. We all extend from the great divine consciousness. And for those of us who subscribe to there is a higher being, or there's a higher level of beingness. There's the ultimate beingness. There is the great consciousness, the great, you know, as we say, I am. It transcends everything. Everything stems from it. We are all that. If we subscribe to that and we think of its wonder and its glory, for those of us that love talking about the goddess and the great mother, let me tell you what she told me one day. She was like, I bet I never see you bow down like that again. Like you're so lowly and I'm so high, because guess what? You and I are one and the same. Don't you ever do that again. I was like, oh, okay. Which I still honor this higher energy, you know, because it brings a level of connection for me. But I know that me and that energy are one and the same. And so what I think is important is that we continue on our path to self-realization, self-mastery, and know ourselves beyond this identity while still in this body. When you allow yourself, when I allow myself to operate from that higher identity, my true identity, then I actually am aware of my worth. I'm aware of my value, and it's intrinsic. So if you are like me and you need to feel better about yourself, you need to feel more confident in who you are, maybe it's not so much about increasing your self-worth and self-value. Maybe it's about releasing the lie, because that's what we're living according to. We're not living according to the truth of who and what we are. We're living according to a lie. I wanted to say it a different way, but I like keeping it PG on here. So yeah, y'all, it's not about increasing our self-worth and self-value. That's lunacy. I will never, ever freaking again think that to myself. Oh, I need to increase my self-worth. No, I need to know my worth. And my worth comes from knowing the truth of who and what I am. My worth comes from saying, F you to the lie. Okay, I'll do PG-13. F you to the lie. I'm not living according to the lie anymore. And if that means that I have to separate myself from, this identity that I cherish as a Afro woman, so be it. If it means I have to separate myself from the accolades that come with being a mom, married to, this great man, so be it. The only thing that matters is I know who I am. When I know who I am, I will know that it's lunacy that I don't feel good about myself. It's lunacy that I think I can do anything to increase my self-worth and self-value. The question that I have for me and for you is, what are we going to do to raise our awareness of our self-worth and our self-value? So no longer do you ask, how can you increase your self-worth and self-value? Just ask yourself, how can I increase my awareness of my self-worth and my self-value? And so I just say to you, the fact that you are here, you have eyes, you're breathing, you are worthy, you are valuable. I am worthy, I am valuable. There's nothing we can do in the world, nothing we can do, say, be, nothing changes that price tag of valuableness, being valuable beyond, description. Let me say it that way. Was I trying to make up a word? Valuableness. I think I was making up a word. Anywho, the question is not what can I do to increase my self-worth, but it's to increase my awareness of my self-worth. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to the Patreon Inner Circle members. You are getting this video first. Let me know what you think. And then I will release it to the greater YouTube community. Once you see it, you let me know what you think also. Please like the video. Please share the video. And if you need a reading, you can go to goddessbodymindspirit.com. Or if you'd like to be a part of my inner circle where I share my content first, and even where I share readings, community readings, and coaching, you can go to Patreon, patreon.com/goddessbodymindspirit. Love y'all. Take care and know your worth. Peace.